35 strikeouts to 13 walks and with a 2-1 record. I actually caught up with this catcher pregame, Brendan Brock, and I asked him, what have your conversations been like with him this week as he's getting back on the mound? And he said, honestly, we haven't talked about it too much. He's not nervous. He's really mature for a freshman. He knows what to do. And so the battery is looking to go for the sweep today. Toby?
All right, thank you, Carly. There you see the big freshman out of Maypearl, Texas. He has missed, as Carly mentioned, his last 2 starts. Back today. Last time out in Austin, he was very good. And he will take to the mound hoping to continue the trend that L.J. Mercurius and Cameron Johnson have started so far this weekend here in Norman for the Oklahoma starters. The lineup he'll face, the 9 Missouri will trot out. Blaze Ward, Cam Durnan, Jace Woida, 2 home runs in game 1. Cerna, Pierce, Seals, Cameron Benson, the DH today. Knutson at third, and Tyler Macon gets his first start of the weekend. He'll be in left field. And the first pitch of the game is on the outside corner. A called strike. We're underway on a beautiful Sunday in Norman, America. Here's a good look at the Tiger leadoff man. Ward 2 for 8 with a home run in the series. That came on Friday. Swings through that one, 0-2. Ward hitting .323 on the year. Better than that in SEC play. .375 average in the league. He's down, no balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't chase the high fastball at 94. Rich, you've seen Cord Rager this year. He has been, for a true freshman, unflappable.
Yeah, his presence on the mound is unbelievable for a young guy. And not to mention, he's pretty imposing. He's a big kid. Wears the number 99, and he throws the ball really well.
Good old country boy right there.
Yeah.
Second straight 6'6" left-hander that Oklahoma has started in this series. Cam Johnson that as well yesterday. And he starts this one off with a strikeout of Blaze Ward for out number 1. Just reared back and threw the heater by him.
Yeah, just a good fastball. Just late. Swings underneath it.
Cam Durnan now. Right-handed hitting shortstop. 3 for 8 in the series. Sooners have scored first in both games, and it came in the second inning of both games. Neither team has scored a first-inning run this weekend. As of yet, anyway. 0-2. There's a look at the slider. Just outside with the fastball. The strikeout of Ward. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Durnan with the dangerous Jace Woida on deck. And again, just off the plate, get the chase at what looked like the changeup there. Oklahoma's already wrapped up their 4th series victory in 6 in SEC play this year. They do not have a sweep on their resume yet, however. They have been swept down at Texas. They lost a couple of extra inning games on the road and got swept by the Longhorns. So would love a sweep in the win column to kind of counteract that and move 2 games above 500 in league play. Oklahoma has already, with 2 wins this weekend, jumped up the conference standings considerably. A win today would move them into a tie for either 4th or 5th in the SEC with 4 weekends to go, depending on what else happened around the league. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Durnan. Got him. Breaking ball. 2 outs.
Yeah, really good pitch. He looks pretty sharp, obviously, right away. And gets him with the slider right here. The ball just back foot slider to a right-hander.
We've got two pitchers coming off injury going head-to-head today. In the bottom of the inning, you'll see Javen Pimentel for Missouri. He has not pitched for several weeks, making his return today as Jace Woida takes a ball high. What a night, Friday night for Jace Woida. 2 home runs, 3 runs batted in. He's 3 for 8 in the series. 9 homers on the year. And has not backed off the eye black all weekend. I think it's getting thicker as we go.
He's piling it on. Might have just left it on all three days.
At the knees, called strike. Woida, a transfer from South Carolina. You see him look back at the clock. There's a pitch clock behind home plate. And he's ahead in the count here, 3-1. The hitter has to have eyes toward the mound by 8 seconds. Popped up foul. That'll get out of play, and the count is full. Cord Rager looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first with the Little League Rangers on hand, trying to help cheer him on. Here's the payoff. Got him swinging. Strikes out the side of the top of the first. Cord Rager, welcome back. Sooners grabbing the bats for the first time when we come back in Norman. Bottom of the first, batting order for Skip Johnson Sooners today, similar to the first 2 games. You'll see, though, Nolan Stevens getting his first start of the series in right field today. Dayton LaChance coming off a big game, too, in which he had a home run and a double. And Desan Harris back in the lineup in the 9-hole in left field. He's had a big series as well. 2 triples and his first home run of the year here on Friday night. And they'll be facing left-hander Javen Pimentel. Hasn't started in 1 day shy of a month. His last start, March 20th at Tennessee. He had Tommy John last year, battled back. Like Rager for Oklahoma, has had a little soreness he's been fighting through. This was their Friday night guy, Rich, until he went down. Very talented young man here, a transfer from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, look at the numbers. He's 2-0. 3.33 ERA, 27 innings, 25 Ks and 13 walks is pretty good numbers. Like you said, when you have guys like Rager and Pimentel, you got to try to keep them healthy and not, just ride them until they can't throw anymore.
We'll see if Pimentel comes back as strong as Rager did in the top of the first. He'll start by facing Jason Walk. Sooner leadoff man, 3 for 9 in the series. He homered here in game 1. He's driven in 3. Speedy center fielder out of Georgia. And Pimentel's first pitch is a strike. Walk, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. It's a breaking ball high. Laid down a bunt single in this series as well as going yard. Starting to see that batting average climb a bit for Walk. Been struggling much of the year. Strike at the bottom of the knees with the curveball, 1-2. Bounce that one up there. Not a cloud in the sky today. Not that hot, but you might want a fan if you're in the crowd. It's a nice 70-degree or so day, right around there. Just got a piece to stay alive. We had the wind blowing out here significantly on Friday night, the wind blowing in on Saturday. It has turned back around today, blowing out lightly to center field. And the count is full.
Yeah, you'd hope with the weather like this, they'll fill that berm up again today. Maybe later on in the second half of the game.
Some fans out there getting some free baseball beyond the outfield walls. Softball going on right now as well across the street. Woo, outside, and a flinch from home plate umpire Michael Durantes. It looked like he thought about ringing him up.
Yeah.
But it's a leadoff walk to Jason Walk. That's the shoulders of the umpire here. Oh,
yeah, he started to
ball
stand
4.
up,
Yeah, second thought.
Yeah.
We'll leave that outside. Speed aboard to start the bottom of the first. Here's Willits. And Pimentel misses high. Willits also 3 hits in the series. He has a double and has driven in a pair. Son of OU offensive coordinator, hitting coach Reggie Willits, hitting .314 on the season. Jackson homered against the in-state rivals, Oklahoma State, on Tuesday night up the Turnpike in Tulsa in a rain-shortened game. The Cowboys won that one, and Jackson Willits supplied the only runs of the game for OU, a 3-run homer in the top of the 8th. That was the final swing of the night. They stopped the game with tornado warnings immediately after that, and it never resumed. This should be 2. 6-4 to 3, and that's a double play. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Trey Gamble. It is Bark the Park, as you see one of man's best friends right there in the middle. You're wearing the OU scarf today. We'll have lots of pictures of some pooches for you as the day rolls along. Always one of my favorite days. I think we have several of them now throughout the year because everybody loves Bark the Park. Ball 1 to Gamble.
Yeah, even the dogs like the weather today. It's not too hot.
Perfect. Trey homered Friday night, his 6th of the year. Sooners leading hitter average-wise, .327 on the year, .356 in SEC play. Leads him in walks, leads him in hit by pitch. His on-base percentage top 5 in the league. And he's ahead in the count here, 3-0. Some guys just seem to have a force field around the strike zone, don't they?
He's fun to watch. Like he can separate balls and strikes better than just about anybody in the country.
Bryce Madron, the first base coach, was like that when he played here.
I was going to say he kind of reminds me of Bryce.
There's a strike, 3-1.
But they have a command in the box and just a presence. You can see it in there. Just like an aura about him.
Tends to be lefties, too. Popped foul. Cerna going to give it a look, but that'll be into the stands.
There's just something about left-handed swings.
They're prettier.
Yeah, for some reason.
The golf swing's the same.
For some reason.
And I'm a right-handed hitter.
I am too.
Lefties, prettier swing.
I'm like, I had a pretty good swing.
Will
Clark. I guess it was just ugly. Yes, Will the Thrill for sure.
Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey.
And there's a ball. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning for Pimentel. 32nd of the year drawn by Trey Gamble.
Now back to the Sooners. Your catcher,
Two-out base runner down for Brendan Brock, the cleanup man. Got an RBI yesterday, team leading 38th of the year. Brock 1 for 8 in the series. First team All-American catcher last year in junior college up in Illinois. Takes ball 1 high. Leads the team with 8 home runs this year. That's a good-looking dog right there. He's got a bag of treats with him. I think they passed those treats out at the door. Two and 0, and Pimentel struggling a bit here. Gamble 13 stolen bases. The Sooners as a team 90. They're 4 for 4 in the series. That 90 stolen bases good for second in the SEC behind Kentucky. There he goes. Pitch is high. Good throw. Good pitch to throw on. And safe is the call.
His toe barely hung on there.
Cam Durnan says we should challenge this. Excuse me, that's Blaze Ward. He felt like Gamble overslid the second base bag. And we'll get another look at it because Carrick Jackson and Missouri are going to challenge this. Second base umpire David Savage is the crew chief. He had a good look at that.
Yeah, he was right on top of it.
But Blaze Ward had a good look at it, too.
Yeah,
he was also right on top of it. Safe. Looked like he did beat the throw. Did the foot come off the bag or not?
Tell. This might be a better angle.
Ooh, yeah, he's off. The only question here could be, did they feel like it was shoved off the bag?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It looked like to me his momentum took him off the bag. But you're not allowed to add force there to help push a runner's foot off a bag.
He used to do it all the time.
You did? Yeah. Call is overturned. Good call by Blaze Ward. Gamble overslides the bag, and the inning is over. Sooners get a pair of walks, but in the end, go in order. On to the second we go on Sunday afternoon in Norman. Second inning here in Norman. Cord Rager, a good start after 2 weekends off. He strikes out the side in the top of the first. Fastball, slider, fastball.
Fastball again, yeah.
And he'll start the second against Mateo Cerna. Tiger catcher here, 2 for 6 in the series. Switch hitting catcher. 253 average. And he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. All 3 Missouri wins in conference play have come on the road. Line to second. Ooh. On a hop branch, and the throw to first.
Wow. That's a nice play. Line drive, middle hop. He just gloves it. Good job keeping his feet moving, which allows him to step up and get that ball.
If they gave out gold gloves in the SEC, he would be a top candidate at second base. That kid can field his position.
Yes, he can.
Swing and a miss by Caden Peer. 1 for 9. That one hit a double on Friday night. Mentioned Missouri's 3 wins on the road. They got 1 at Tennessee, almost 2. And then they did get 2 wins at Kentucky. They won the series there. Of course, the final road series last season made noise across the country when they went down to College Station and swept the Aggies. And for all intent and purpose, knocked them out of the NCAA tournament. Strike, 2-2. Trying to get a salvage victory here on Sunday in Norman. Oklahoma has won 6 in a row head-to-head and seeking a second straight sweep over the Tigers in SEC play. They got them last year in Columbia. Didn't miss by much there. Full count.
Yeah, really good pitch. That call could have gone either way.
Off the end of the bat into center field. That's a base hit. First of the day for either team. And Caden Pierce aboard, a one-out base runner. Little cap shot out in the center.
Just like a pull cue. Seems like you see that a lot, though. Borderline call, could have been a strikeout. Next pitch, base hit.
Or home run.
Yeah, or home run. Yeah.
Been a rough weekend so far for Pierre Seals. 0 for 9 with 5 strikeouts. Moved down in the order a bit to the 6-hole today. Strong right fielder takes a strike. He didn't care for that call too much, it looks like. Pierre out of Memphis, a transfer from Memphis as Rager throws to first. The series this year between these two teams significantly tighter than it was last year. This Missouri team is much improved. Don't let the record fool you. That 3-game sweep in Columbia, 3 run rule victories for Oklahoma. They won 12-1, 17-7, and 17-4, and none of the 3 games went the distance. This Tiger team has been up for the fight this weekend. A ball and a strike. The pitching has impressed me the most.
Yeah, they've thrown the ball really well.
McDevitt and Kellenbrink, the starters on Friday and Saturday. Big swing and a miss. Missouri coming into today on the mound. 22 strikeouts and only 5 walks. You mentioned Oklahoma had 19 strikeouts and 4 walks. It has been a well-pitched series both ways.
Yeah, I know you was just fortunate to scratch 4 runs yesterday.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second. That'll be interference on
the hitter,
Pierre Seals, and the inning is over. Seals struck out and then went in front of Brendan Brock, and immediately home plate umpire Michael Durantes called batter interference.
Yeah, he just fell over right in front of him.
That'll end the inning.
On the swing and miss.
Bottom 2 we go, no score. Newly renamed Kimry Family Stadium here in Norman, where after this season they will do some significant renovations. Heart of the order due up for Skip Johnson's team. Brendan Brock was at the plate when Trey Gamble was caught stealing to end the first. Brock will lead off the second inning. We've had 2 walks and a single in this game in an inning and a half. And in all 3 half innings, the teams have gone in order because of caught stealings, double plays. There was a hitter's interference. 9 up, 9 down the hard way. Deep right center field. Pierre back to the track, looks up, and it's gone! First pitch swinging in the bottom of the second. Brendan Brock, his 9th home run of the season. And the Sooners strike first on Sunday.
Wow, that ball is crushed. He said he just He just ambushed him first pitch right here. Fastball right down the middle, and he got behind it, created some leverage, good backspin, hit it to the deepest part of the park.
That is the 6th home run of the series from 6 different Sooners. And the team leading 9th for Brock. And like they did on Friday, like they did on Saturday, Oklahoma starts the scoring in this game in the bottom of the 2nd. Camden Johnson has one of those home runs. He has also doubled. Breaking ball hangs high a bit. Speedy third baseman, Camden Johnson, a Wichita State transfer. Ahead in the count, 3-0. Another guy you don't want to see on the base paths if you're an opposing team. There's a strike. 21 runs batted in league play. That is second in the SEC for Camden Johnson. Only Gavin Grahovic at Texas A&M has more. Ooh. Deep. Right center field, headed for the alley. It's down. Watch out. He's off to the races. Rounding second. Like a racehorse into third with a stand-up triple. Electric.
Yeah. Another pitch, a little bit up. You see, he just drives it to right center. That ball kicks around a little bit out there. Rayleigh probably sends him home. Good job corralling the ball and getting it in.
Third triple of the year for Camden Johnson. Dayton LaChance now will try to bring home the second run of the inning. And now Mateo Serna wants to go chat with Javen Pimentel. Both balls in this inning, Brock and Johnson hit to the same part of the field.
Spot, yeah. You may be going out and talk to him, just let the guy in the bullpen get a few extra pitches.
And we do have activity, and remember Pimentel, like Rager, coming off injury and not exactly sure how much gas is in the tank today. He has only thrown 24 pitches so far. Looks like Kyler Gonzalez, a right-hander, warming. Excuse me, Kaylor Gonzalez. All right, meeting on the mound is over. LaChance homered yesterday. 3 home runs in the last 6 games. He's 3 for 8 in the series. Also has a double. Big Mape, the teams call him. He's Canadian.
That's going to work.
Rocket to short. Camden Johnson will trot home. Nice play by Durnan to throw out LaChance, but it's 2-0.
Yeah, good job by LaChance there. That's the best time to hit. Running at third base, nobody out, infield back. All you got to do is hit something hard in the middle, drive in a run.
2 out to nobody on for Nolan Stevens now. His first appearance of the series. Mississippi State transfer, big, strong left-handed hitter. Looks at a first pitch strike. 246 average with 4 home runs. Younger brother of Grant Stevens, who was a pitcher for the Sooners the last few years. And a good one. Got hit by that one. Breaking ball didn't break enough. That's the third free pass issued by Pimentel. 2 walks and now a hit batter. Sooners will look to add more here in the second. Kyle Branch now. Second baseman's 1 for 6 with a walk in the series. Right side of the infield open. It's interesting, Rich, with how Jace Woida plays first base when he's holding a runner on.
Yeah, he plays a little bit up the line in order so that way if the ball's to his glove side, he can just drop the tag pretty much straight down.
Fouled out of play.
Whereas a left-hander, you can just play normal, obviously catching it with your right hand and just drop the tag on the base.
A few steps off of the first base bag, Woida. I think it seems like it allows the runners to get an extra step or two on their lead over there.
Yeah,
maybe.
possibly.
Another foul ball by Branch, 0-2.
It allows for him to just make a backhanded tag instead of having to reach across his body.
That makes sense. Outside to Branch. Kyle's brother Colby's in first place. The Georgia Bulldogs lead the league at 13-5 after 6 weekends in conference play. They won a series at Arkansas this weekend. Look like Texas might be the team to beat in the league this year, and maybe it still will be in the end, but Georgia out in front right now.
Yeah, they can hit the long ball.
Oh, my. They lead the nation in homers, and it ain't close. They hit 9 of them yesterday.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. That score was unbelievable.
26 runs, 9 home runs. And Arkansas helped them out with 6 errors.
Didn't they score? Arkansas scored 14 of their own.
Yeah. Lost by a dozen. That's a painful day.
That's a rough day.
Fouled out of play again. This isn't exact because I don't have the updated numbers, but I believe they have somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 more home runs than the second place team in the country, Georgia. Maybe more than 30 now, but it's in that neighborhood. That ballpark is small that they play in. That helps, but they were on the road this weekend.
Yeah.
Branch cues 1 foul.
Yeah, and Arkansas, their ballpark doesn't play. I mean, it plays pretty big. The ball carries the right field pretty good there, but.
Baum Walker?
Yeah.
We'll be there in a couple of weeks. 3 weeks, I guess it is. Next to last weekend of the season. Sooners headed over to Fayetteville. That'll be a fun weekend.
Yeah, that's a great environment.
It really is. Good block by Cerna. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That ball bounced out in front of home plate. Good job just keeping it in front.
Stevens, the runner, 3 for 3 on stolen base attempts this year. Sooners had a caught stealing in the first, but that was on an overslide by Trey Gamble. He was initially safe. It looks like in this at-bat, now with 2 strikes, Branch can't be choosy, but it looks like he's trying to go the other way here, like that gap we were talking about on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, that's a good approach with 2 strikes to try to hit that 4-hole and give yourself 3/4 of the field to miss with if it's an off-speed pitch.
Full count. Throw goes to first. Certainly could see Stevens on the move here to try to stay out of the double play. Not running. And that's a base hit up the middle. Stevens going to try to go to third. Pierce' throw that way is not in time. It looked like Blaze Ward might have been shielded a tad by second base umpire David Savage.
I think he was, because he got a late break on that ball. You can see it good right here. Yeah, to me, heck, it almost hit Savage.
Piece of base running by Stevens, who was not on the move.
No, yeah.
And
that's what this offense does. They go first to third and second to home as good as anybody in the country.
Deshaun Harris now, one of the hottest Sooners right now. 3 hits in the series. He's got 2 triples and a home run. Shows bunt, thinking about squeezing in a run. Takes a ball on what looked like a really good pitch.
Yeah, that was close.
He's got Stevens at third, Kyle Branch at first. Still only 1 out, 2 runs in. Two and 0. One thing I really like about the Oklahoma offense this year is it is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
They can play the small ball with you. They can steal bases. We're starting to see a little more power. Pulls the bat back here and takes a strike. They're a little more versatile, I feel like, than maybe the last few years.
Yeah, they can do a little bit of everything. Like you said, I think they've increased their power numbers from the last couple years.
Swinging. And he pulls it foul to the Missouri dugout. Count evens at 2-2. Stays alive with that foul ball on the curve. Long bottom of the second inning. Brock homered. Camden Johnson tripled. Dayton LeChance an RBI on a ground out. Nolan Stevens was hit by a pitch. Kyle Branch lined a single into center field. 2 on, 2 in. And the 2-2 to Deshaun Harris. Runner goes, grounded up the middle. That's into center field. David Savage almost got hit by it again. And on to third goes Branch. 3-0 OU.
Yeah, Savage is getting his workout in today.
Pretty athletic right there. Watch our second base umpire on the replay here. Deshaun Harris right up the gut. Through the legs of Savage. Whoop.
Yeah.
The old 5-hole.
Right. Yeah, him and Branch, exact same spot.
Third run batted in the series for Deshaun Harris. And here comes head coach Carrick Jackson. And
that might be it.
Javen Pimentel on his return. Might be at the finish line. Able to put the Sooners down in order thanks to a double play and a caught stealing in the first. But they've gotten after him a bit here in the second. 4 hits, 3 runs. It's still only 1 out.
And Deshaun Harris stays hot.
Yeah, he's 4 for 6.
With a home run.
Michael Durante's the home plate umpire out to force a decision here.
Here he comes.
And indeed, Tigers will go to the bullpen. We'll step aside. Sooners jump in front, looking for a sweep on Sunday. We'll tell you about the new Mizzou pitcher on out of the bullpen next. New pitcher on for Missouri is right-hander Kaylor Gonzalez. 5'11" junior out of Cuba. Transfer from Nova Southeastern. Been a real good strike thrower for them this year. This is his 7th appearance. You see there, 18 strikeouts, Rich, and only 4 walks.
Yeah, that's really good numbers. He's just going to try to come in and try to stop the bleeding. Runners on first and third, 1 out. But you got good speed on first and at the plate.
Sooners have scored 3. Branch at third, Harris at first. Walked the batter. Handles the bat well. Certainly the squeeze is a possibility here.
Yeah, he had a nice bunt hit yesterday down the first baseline.
Jason walked his first time up. And it is a squeeze. And a good one. Throw to the plate, not in time. Everybody's safe. And that's the only shot Jace Woida had, was to come home. Great bunt by Jason Walk. 4-0 OU. Yeah,
that's a really good bunt. Would have been even better if it's just a little bit harder and gets by Woida at first. Because the second baseman's covering on that. It leaves that whole side of the field open. If that bunt gets by Woida, Harris ends up at third. And maybe even scores.
Jackson Willits, the 8th batter of the second inning, still only 1 out. And elite speed on the paths right now with Harris and Walk. Strike 1 to Willits. And in this inning, we've seen a little bit of the versatility we're talking about.
Yeah.
Saw the home run. You saw the speed of Johnson on the triple. You've seen some small ball here with the squeeze. Willits 0 for 1, grounded into a double play first time up. Big swing and a miss there.
That was a big cut on that one. He's looking to deposit one in that Missouri bullpen out there.
Strikes him out. Chased a breaking ball down there for the second out of the inning. First strikeout for Missouri pitching today.
Now batting for the Sooners.
Looks like he was pulling off a little bit on those last 2 swings. Instead of trying to stay through the shortstop, the opposite field with 2 strikes.
Trey Gamble walked and was caught stealing in the first. 2 on, 2 out. Out in front. Run batted in for Jason Walk, his 12th of the year. And over half of those have come in the last couple of weeks. He has really started to pick up his productivity.
Yeah, he got off to a slow start this season.
Good pitch there. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. Ninth batter of the second inning. Started with a Brendan Brock homer on the first pitch of this inning. Hassan Harris back in safely. Woida could have just stepped on the bag. He went the hard way and got the final out at second base. I think he lost track of the number of outs, but that worked out anyway. Sooners score 4. Brock the homer, the big blow. We head to the third on Sunday. Oklahoma in front. Rich Hill's back with you here in Norman. 4-0 Oklahoma in front as we move to the top of the third inning. And we are joined now by Missouri pitcher, starting pitcher yesterday, Brady Kellenbrink in the Tiger dugout. How are you today, Brady?
Doing all right. How you guys doing?
Doing good. I know you didn't get the win yesterday, but impressive 10 strikeout performance by you. How'd you feel out there yesterday?
I felt good. Not as good as I did the previous week, but I did what I could with the stuff I had. My curveball wasn't really there yesterday. Fastball's velo was down a little bit, but other than that, I felt good.
Yeah, it looked really good. Like Toby was saying, kind of settled in after the third and didn't give up any more runs in the fourth, fifth, or the fourth and fifth and sixth.
Yeah.
So obviously you felt pretty good with the 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's kind of what I am. I'm a strikeout guy. That's kind of what I aim for, I guess. I guess that's what every pitcher aims for. But, no, I mean, just trying to get zeros and push zeros and basically do all that.
That's 2 straight hard luck outings for you as strike 3 called here to Cameron Benson. 5th strikeout for Rager. I mean, the start against South Carolina, incredible.
Thank you.
No earned runs, and somehow you take the loss there. That's got to sting.
Yeah,
and
no, that one definitely hurt. I mean, but, you know, baseball is kind of a weird game, and it's not very forgiving. But you can't get down, and you just got to keep on grinding.
What have you kind of figured out here this year, and especially in the last few weeks here, that's working for you?
You know, really just executing all your pitches, and I've realized that if I have all my stuff, I'm close to untouchable. And, you know, I mean, just really being consistent with all that stuff. You know, I had a bad outing against Kentucky and A&M. Those are ones we got to forget, but, you know, just mainly execution is key.
No balls and 2 strikes to Keegan Knutson. I want to ask you about Drew Dickinson, your pitching coach that has come aboard this year. It really seems like he's done a great job with you guys.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. He's really hands-on. He doesn't miss a bullpen. Him and Nick Parker are really great. They've been a real great add-on to the staff, and, you know, they want nothing but the best for us, and they're really competitive guys, and they bring good culture to the staff. And as you can see, we're doing, you know, pretty good this year pitching-wise, better than last year. So, I mean, we're heading in the right direction.
Are spirits staying high? You're obviously a very improved team this year. I know the record in conference play may not reflect what you want it to, but do you feel like spirits are staying high in the clubhouse?
Yeah, they're staying as high as they can. You know, we're this close, and all the talent to be one of the best teams in the SEC. But I think it's just a mental thing right now. Once we get over that hump, I think we'll be a tough team.
What's your assessment of this Oklahoma team that you faced yesterday?
They're gritty. You know, they fight. They got a good lineup, but they're a lot of fun to face just because they swing. And, you know, teams that swing are obviously more fun to face. You know, I don't like teams that take all the time because then the game just, you know, gets way too long. And I don't know. I mean, I just like teams that swing.
Swing the bat.
Absolutely.
Right? That's right.
No kidding.
Well, Brady, thank you so much for a few minutes of your time, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck the rest of the way here in 2026.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. MIZ.
All right, Brady Kellenbrink. 10 strikeouts, only 2 walks in 6 innings of work yesterday. And he has deserved better the last 2 weekends. 7 innings, 10 Ks, no walks, no earned runs last week, and there was 1 unearned run that came across, and that was the only run scored in the game. So he's taken losses the last 2 weekends. That happens in Major League Baseball. You would know better than me, Rich, but you hear stories about pitchers coming into the clubhouse and throwing bats around and saying, guys, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, they definitely get riled up about that when they don't get any run support.
Got past Rager, Branch, chance to show off the glove again, and he does.
Wow.
It's a 1-2-3 inning. Speaking of impressive, Sunbaked Day here in Norman, Kimry Family Stadium. Home team in front 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still Kaylor Gonzalez on the mound for the Tigers. Came in to get the last couple of outs in that 4-run second. And Brendan Brock, who led off the last inning with a home run, will lead off this inning.
Now back to the Sooners.
He's seen 1 pitch today, and he deposited it over the right center field wall for his 9th home run of the season. I've seen more than that. I guess he was at the plate when Trey Gamble was caught stealing the previous inning. First pitch swinging again, this time up the chute. Shallow center field. Caden Pierre battling the sun, makes the play.
Wow.
That got hairy.
Yeah.
Now back to the Sooners.
brought the sunglasses today and needed them. One out.
Yeah, he had the glove up and the sunglasses.
Good hustle by Pierre Seals from right field.
Yeah.
He came over to try to help him out if he needed it. Camden Johnson tripled into the right center field alley in the second. Came home to score. Strike called. Oklahoma has won 4 of their last 5, trying to make it 5 of their last 6.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, too, if it stays in play.
Cerna runs out of room.
Barely.
Current hot streak for OU really started last Friday night with that amazing, captivating baseball game in Nashville that they won 13-11. It's the night this guy hit 2 home runs and a grand slam, had 7 runs batted in. OU had a 5-0 lead, then they were down 9-5. Came back to win it 13-11. And you knew that night it had a chance, there's a strikeout, to be more valuable than just one win. It evened up the series, but it was the kind of win that you circle on a calendar as we take another look at the strikeout.
Yeah, just fastball up, chases it, let her hide. Kind of swinging up to that pitch. On that high pitch, you got to try to keep the barrel above the hands as long as you can.
Dayton LaChance now. 2 outs, nobody on. Picked up an RBI on a ground out last time up. Takes a strike. 34 runs batted in. The 2 JUCO All-American catchers that OU picked up in the transfer portal in the offseason, 1-2 in runs batted in on the team. LaChance looked like he wasn't ready yet there. It's a ball. He's telling home plate umpire Michael Durantes, I wasn't looking at him yet. Fortunately for LaChance, it was not a strike. Got him looking down at the plate. Now he looks up. Now Gonzalez is going to make him wait. Little cat and mouse game going on. 2-1.
It's a little head games.
LaChance had the grand slam, the game-winning grand slam in that 13-11 game last Friday. And back to the point, it has been the catapult you thought it might be. They've played really good baseball the last week, with the possible exception of that Bedlam game on Tuesday night. Who knows how that would have turned out if they played 9, right?
Yeah, you never know. I'm going to say, play till they say ball game. Play the whole game.
Play until the tornado sirens go off.
Right. It's usually a pretty good indication you need to stop.
Yeah. That's a base hit, left center field. Rocketed one under the glove of Durnan. Hit number 6 for Oklahoma. 2-out base runner.
Yeah, that ball was scalded.
Now batting for the Sooners, right fielder number 5.
You see it right here. I mean, just barely misses on the dive.
Gotta give Nolan Stevens a chance. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Back foot slider. Ball 1. For the most part, Stevens, the lefty that plays in right field or DHs against right-handed pitching. Drew Dickinson, the right-handed batter that plays against lefties. However, Trey Gamble right now is playing DH instead of left field because of a slight tweak he's dealing with, which has kind of shuffled the lineup around. It has also given Deshaun Harris an opportunity to shine. And as we mentioned earlier in the series, this is a stacked Sooner outfield.
Yeah.
Finding playing time has not been easy for everybody all year. Reggie Willits has been working to find the right combination all season long. Three and one. And now Gonzalez is asked to wait for the eyeballs to look at him.
Dayton's like, where was that when I was up?
3 balls and a strike. LaChance the runner at first. Popped up third base side, foul territory. Knutson. Run out of room. That ball landed on the railing behind the dugout and missed some youngsters by much. Got to pay attention down there, guys. Four 0 Oklahoma. Looking for more here in the bottom of the third inning. Seeking a sweep. Fouled out of play with LaChance on the move. Again down the third base side. We'll do it again. LaChance got a sprint in, and the big Canadian will circle back and walk back to first base now. There's the skipper. His team back home Tuesday night against Oral Roberts in non-conference play. They've only got 2 non-con games left. And then it's off to Auburn, Alabama, down on the Plains. All 4. Back-to-back 2-out base runners for the Sooners. First walk issued by Kaylor Gonzalez. Third walk of the day for the Tigers. And Kyle Branch, an RBI opportunity.
Number 6, Kyle Branch.
He singled and scored first time up. 2 for 7 in the series. Takes a strike. Kyle's found his way. He finds his way into the eye black from time to time as well. These day games, he'll layer it up pretty good. It's not Woida quality.
No, definitely
but it's
not. Yeah, it's not Ultimate Warrior.
It's a fair amount. Does that help?
A little
you
bit.
An eye black guy?
I mean, just this little strip, but not full face paint.
It must help. They've been doing it for decades.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
One ball and 2 strikes to Branch. Sooners have LaChance at second, Stevens at first with 2 outs. Just inside, the appeal says he didn't go. 2-2. Every foul ball today, the chase is on.
Yeah. Lots of little guys here
That,
today.
he got him one. Bulldogs in the house. We saw the Rangers earlier. See the A's down there. A lot of Little League teams here for batting practice today. If you come to an OU game with your Little League team for batting practice, you get right down on the field behind the team. They'll sign autographs. Pretty cool. I remember going out to All Sports Stadium in Oklahoma City when I was a kid. Just, there was nothing better than chasing foul balls on the hill down the left field line.
That stadium was so loud with that big wall.
Yeah.
That Auburn game in that regional, man, it was packed.
Branch strikes out. Gonzalez ends the inning, his third strikeout. Strands a couple of base runners. We head to the fourth, 4-0 Sooners. Couple of participants in the 2022 World Series meeting next weekend down on the Plains. Oklahoma and Auburn. Right now, right next to each other in the rankings. Auburn 13, OU 14, according to D1 Baseball. Sooners 6-1 head-to-head against the Tigers all time. They've got what has developed into a great atmosphere there as well. Fun ballpark. You got the parking garage down the left field line. Fans will just sit in the parking garage and watch the game. They've got a big wall in left similar to Vanderbilt's and a really good baseball team. Auburn taking 2 of 3 at Florida this weekend. If the Sooners win today, both teams will have the same conference record going into that series at 10-8. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday next weekend. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Blaze Ward. Swing and a miss. How about Cord Rager? 7 strikeouts.
Just throwing that phantom ball.
Now batting for the Tigers, shortstop, number 27, Cam
I mean, just painting. Got him to chase outside, just couldn't reach it.
1 base runner so far. That was the Caden Pierre off the end of the bat single in the second inning. Maybe just give him 2 weeks off between every start, you think?
Yeah.
Now, it was going pretty good.
Let's see how
I don't think
it
that's
ends
gonna
first, but yeah. Good pitch.
Left field, Desan Harris. 2 outs. And this is a pinch hitter for Jace Woida.
I wonder if something happened to him.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah Frost, who was the DH yesterday. That's the last thing Missouri needs, is anything to happen to Jace Woida. A ball into strike. Frost 0 for 2 with a walk yesterday. Senior from Lee Summit, Missouri. Trying to get aboard with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Two and 2. A little bit low, full count. Fastball at 94. It's been pretty steady there. Desan Harris again in left. He's camping, and that'll do it. A fourth consecutive 1-2-3 inning for Cord Rager. 4-0 OU on Sunday. Homa. Cam Johnson moved to 5-1 with a great start. Big Cam, how you doing today, bud?
Doing pretty good. Just watching Cord do his thing, and our team's rolling right now, man. So that's a great thing.
Boy, how about Cord today?
Yeah.
He looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's really good. I think, he had like a lap problem, but he's recovered well, and he's shown it thus far. He's doing really good, and his body language is outstanding.
Yeah, Cam, how do you make it look so easy? Throw 98, make it look so easy. As an infielder, I didn't have that kind of velo across the infield. I mean, I might have got 89 or 90, but you're so free and easy. It's fun to watch. I mean, what's it feel like being able to blow guys away most days?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just being loose, being free, and I think just taking a deep breath and slowing the body down, slowing the mind down, and going out there with full confidence. So.
Oh, boy. Here we go. We're going to start messing with you now, Cam? Come on.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Cord real fast, and then I'll ask you about you, because you're a vet now. Do you have kind of a mentorship with some of the younger pitchers, especially him? He's a 6'6" lefty.
Yeah.
You're a 6'6" lefty. Or do you leave him alone and let him do his thing?
I kind of leave him alone, let him do his thing. Sometimes we may ask each other questions and just, either get feedback off each other and just try to pick each other's brains. But other than that, I just leave him alone and he's doing his thing, and when he's on, he's on. So.
1 ball and 1 strike to Desan Harris leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. Takes one inside.
So Cam, is that LJ
LJ.
throwing seeds at you? You're
Yeah,
gonna have to,
it's LJ, man.
you have to get him in a full Nelson when this is over.
I got to.
You could take him. I believe in you. What felt good for you on the mound yesterday?
Yeah, I think overall, just body felt really good, and I was working with Skip. Skip and I just made a couple adjustments in our last bullpen, and it was a really a deep thought type of thing. We stepped back and just watched more video, and I kind of readjusted. So I think yesterday, and it was good. That boy Desan.
Boy, he is
He's
scorching
doing-
hot
he's doing
right
good
now.
right now. But yeah, everything just felt good. I mean, it was awesome, and Skip believes in me, and we all believe in each other. So that's what helped as well too.
We're going to keep talking to you just to see how big the pile of sunflower seeds can get on the
on the towel.
the bill of your hat here at the top. When you had a rough start the week before, but that's 3 of the last 4. Do you feel like it's a mechanical thing when the difference between when you're on or not, or is it between the ears usually?
It could be a mixture of both, but I think it could be definitely in the ears, because I overthink sometimes. So I think if it's between the ears, and it could obviously lead to some mechanical stuff that I overthink. But I think Skip, we talked about, it's definitely some mechanical stuff, but it's more mental. Just going out there and it's mano a mano, just me and the hitter, and it's me in the mid essentially. So just going out there and me in the mid and going out there and just doing my thing. That's kind of what I've been working on. I think that's what really you guys saw yesterday. So.
Jason Walk pops one up, shallow center field. Dernan at shortstop calling for it, and there's 1 out. Who are you closest to on the team?
I'm pretty close to Chance. I'm pretty close with LJ. With Chance and LJ and Cat Catalano, we're pretty close.
This weekend is playing out kind of the dream scenario so far. It's really the first weekend that all 3 of you guys have had your A stuff on the same weekend. LJ looked great.
Yeah.
You were fantastic. Here's Cord dicing them up today.
Yeah.
This is kind of showing what you guys can be when you're all on the same time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we always talk about it. I mean, we're really good. And, we have guys that they pick us up, and we have, really good defense behind us, and we know guys on the offensive side could, help us out, support us. So knowing that, it's obviously a good thing to have. So
you've been in a couple of big-time programs. And third year here of college baseball. What's the clubhouse feel to this baseball team?
We're a really energetic team. Everyone gets along with each other. We all love each other. We all want the best for each other, and that's what it's all about. We get on each other, when it's needed, and but that's what makes a clubhouse a clubhouse. So,
What is the secret sauce for Skip Johnson? What makes him such a good pitching whisperer?
I think he knows us. Like, he knows us off the field, and he knows our tendencies. It may sound cliche, but he really knows what works best for us based on his perception of things. And he's worked with a lot of great guys, and we know what he's talking about. There's sometimes he goes in the mound and says, "Hey, throw this pitch right here. This guy's gonna double play." And next, it's a double play. It's he knows things, and it's kind of cool. And he's a really good coach, and we learn a lot from him. So
he can see the future. It feels like. Are you aware of everything that's on your head right now?
No.
We got sunglasses. We got seeds. We got
Batting
gloves. We've got some towels. I don't know what he just put on your head there, but
I'm starting to feel the weight.
This is the picture of composure right here.
Right, yes,
right?
for
You
sure.
You want to know why Cam Johnson is good? Look at the focus he's showing right now. All right, what would a sweep mean for you guys today?
Oh, it would mean the world. We need this. This would be huge going into next week to Auburn, and if we get the sweep, we'll start hitting that. We'll start ascending in the right direction, and we need that right about now too. So it'll be good for us.
Cam, we appreciate it. Go shake all that other stuff
Thank
off
you so
and
much.
go get the Tigers down there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Big Cam Johnson.
That's funny.
Afraid his neck would start to hurt if we interviewed him any longer. Deshaun Harris takes off. Willits pops it up. Foul territory, third base side, and out of play. 1 on, 1 out. Deshaun Harris, another base hit to start this inning.
He's on fire. But like you said, Gamble being in the DH opened up some opportunities for some of these other outfielders who haven't been able to get out there and show what they can do.
You're going to mess with Cam Johnson, you better know what you're doing, right?
Right.
Better make sure he's in a good mood.
Especially since everybody in that dugout's almost everybody other than the pitcher right now is looking up to him.
That's right. That's right. Willits 0 for 2. 4-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Deshaun Harris, 6 stolen bases and 7 tries on the season. And he strikes out Willits. 4 of them now for Kaylor Gonzalez.
Just chases the ball down. He doesn't look like he's seeing the ball very good today.
Trey Gamble now. He comes up empty. Gonzalez has done a nice job since coming on out of the Tiger bullpen in the second inning. A couple of defensive changes, by the way. Tyler Macon came in from left field to play first base, and Isaiah Frost stays in the game to play left field. Delayed steal by Harris, and he's in there. 7th stolen base. He moves into scoring position.
Yeah, good job. You get that last shuffling, get the infielders late getting there.
Gamble 0 for 1. Drew a walk back in the first. Nice block by Cerna. 2 balls and a strike. All the scoring in this one came in the bottom of the second inning. Got some M&Ms, you got a Sprite, and you got your buddies.
And some good weather.
That's right. It's a perfect day. Two and two to Gamble. Harris at second base. Just outside, full count. Brendan Brock, who has homered in this game, on deck if he loses Gamble. Base hit center field. Harris a walk home. 5-0 OU.
Yeah, Dasan was on the move on the pitch there.
25th run batted in for Trey Gamble.
See right there. I mean, just barrels it up.
And Carrick Jackson on his way to the mound again for the Tigers. There's a lefty warming in the pen. Usually when Jackson heads out, that means pitching change. He hasn't indicated that quite yet. The deficit now is 5, and now he points that way. Missouri going to another reliever. We'll take a break. Sooners seeking a sweep on Sunday. They're up 5. We'll be back. First appearance of the season for Ian Losey. Tiger left-hander, graduate out of St. Louis. And he is the third pitcher used today. 10th appearance of the year, no record. 4 saves. Has been their closer this season, 8.68 ERA. 5-0 Oklahoma. They've just added a run on a Trey Gamble RBI base hit. And with 2 outs, Losey will be facing Brendan Brock.
Now back to the Sooners. Your catcher number 10.
Carrick Jackson received a nice appearance out of the pen by Kaylor Gonzalez. But the Sooners have gotten after him for a run here in the 4th. And now he'll hand the baseball to Losey. Brock 1 for 2 with a home run. There's a strike. We've seen so many 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" in the case of Mason Bixby pitchers in this series that Losey looks super short out there, but he is 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Just a normal-sized human being as compared to Cord Rager and Cam Johnson and Mason Bixby. Crafty lefty. That's one of the most noticeable things I have picked up on going from the Big 12 to the SEC is the size of the relief pitchers in this league is unbelievable. Runner goes. Base hit. Gamble will stop at second. Second hit today for Brock. Rips one through the 6-hole.
Yeah, just got the head out.
Baseman number 9, Camden Johnson.
2 on, 2 out for Camden Johnson now. I felt like when we were down in Baton Rouge, every time the bullpen door opened, a bigger guy came out of it.
They just keep getting bigger and
They
bigger.
just keep getting bigger. Wait till Florida comes here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That pitching staff is a basketball team. They're unbelievable and good. Camden Johnson 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. Took a big cut at that one. Tennessee has staved off a sweep at home. They defeat Ole Miss today. The Volunteers headed to Norman, or Oklahoma City, the final weekend of the season. Sooners and Vols will play in Bricktown. That's a handsome fella right there. That loss by Ole Miss, by the way, means that an Oklahoma win today would move the Sooners into a tie for 4th place in the SEC. Way in, 2-2. Three hits in the inning. 1 run scored so far. 9 hits in the game for OU. High fly to right. Hit well. Seals back to the wall, and he'll watch it fly. Three-run home run for Camden Johnson, who cracks this game wide open.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter off the bat.
Second home run of the series, 7th of the year.
Just a breaking ball, stays on the inner half, and he turns on it.
That is now 24 runs batted in SEC play. Second most in the league to only Gavin Grahovic. And I guarantee you, if I went from city to city, from baseball writer to baseball writer, and said, guess who is number 2 in the league in runs batted in? It would take a long time before somebody guessed Camden Johnson.
Right.
He's now got 33 on the season. 7th Sooner home run of the series. Fouled out of play. And Oklahoma has done now today what they did on Friday night. This is their second 4-run inning.
Yeah.
Today, 4 in the second, 4 in the 4th. A couple of 4-run innings in that 9-6 win here in game 1. And if you're an OU fan, you know that's a good sign. Crooked numbers have not necessarily been their forte in conference play until the last couple of weekends. Strikes out LaChance, and that ends the inning. Damage done. Camden Johnson, a 3-run blow. And it's all Sooners in the finale. Oklahoma in front, looking for a 3-game SEC series sweep today. We go to the 5th. Sooner starter Cord Rager has faced the minimum so far. He did give up a hit back in the 2nd inning, but a hitter's interference call took that runner off the bases. And so 12 up, 12 down. First pitch to Cerna, a little bit inside. He grounded out his first time. Rager, 7 strikeouts, no walks so far through 4. Rager wanted to throw last weekend in Nashville. Skip Johnson deciding out of extra caution to give him one more week to rest. They ended up bullpenning a victory together to take the series against Vandy. Good to have 99 back on the bump.
Yeah, you don't want to push anything with a young arm. You know, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
And you want to make sure everybody's good to go in the postseason more than anything.
Yeah.
If you're fortunate enough to get there. Camden Johnson at third. One away. And postseason trending in a good direction for Skip's team right now.
Yeah.
Depending on the projections out there, with still 4 weekends to go, and Hoover. They are either a 1 or a 2 seed, hoping to finish strong and host a regional here in Norman, as they did a couple of years ago. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was. Good to see then L. Mitchell Park in all its glory again. 0-2. But they're going to have to finish strong to do that.
Right. I think they can. I mean, obviously they're capable. Good pitching staff. You know, if the offense can keep scoring runs, they'll give themselves a pretty good chance, I think. But like you said, they got a tough rest of the way in SEC play.
At Auburn, home for Florida. At Arkansas, home for Tennessee. That's the remaining road. Swing and a miss. Uncle Charlie got him there. That's 8 strikeouts.
He is in control.
Walking around like a guy with some confidence, too, right now.
He's John Travolta out there.
I would imagine he's only at 61 pitches, but you would think it's probably near the end of his day. I think Skip would love to see him get through the 5th here, to obviously to be in line for a victory. But coming back after missing the last couple of weeks, you wouldn't think he wants more than 70 or so.
And there's an arm warming up in the bullpen. Ooh. I mean, that's just nasty.
Any reason you don't give him the bender again here? 0-2. It's falling off the table right now. Let's see if he goes back to him.
Yep.
Just missed the inside corner. Towards second. That's where Branch lives.
Yeah.
And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Cord Rager. Sensational start today for the freshman. Halfway home on a Sunday afternoon. It's 8-0 OU.
Wow.
I like, with a crowd like this, and Skip doesn't think about this probably, but I like sending him out there for one batter the next inning and then letting everybody get him. You know?
Yeah, let him.
Well, maybe he does think about that. I don't know.
He will watch. He loves to watch BP.
And then as for the OU staff, who is Bronx's favorite? And who also loves Bronx the most? I know he's pretty close with Skip.
Yes, Ryan is his favorite. Pawpaw is what he is obsessed with. We say Pawpaw, he freaks out. And then he loves Skip. Skip is his hunting mentor.
Can you give us a little bit more information on that? How so?
Well, I told him that he needed to become a hunting dog, and so then he's taught him how to heel, and he listens to him, and he also, as soon as he hears Bronc, that is his country name, he is ready to roll.
So Skip does not call him Bronx.
Bronc.
He calls him Bronc.
Bronc.
On purpose.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that one. Probably not.
Well, Well, guys, there you have it. The OU baseball team dog, Bronx Thomas.
I love that. Thank you, Carly. Thank you, Chloe. By the way, Chloe, the daughter
Of Eric
Thomas.
Yeah.
That's a swinging bunt.
wow.
That's going to work out just fine for Nolan Stevens. Go ahead, Eric
Yeah.
Thomas.
Eric
Explain
Thomas,
to
left-
people.
Left fielder, 94 from championship team. Our leadoff hitter could really handle the bat, run, steal bases. So the daughter's following in the OU footsteps.
Now still a member of the
Yes.
Florida
Yeah,
softball staff,
with
right?
Tim Walton,
Tim Walton.
who is also a pitcher on that team.
Eric Thomas was an assistant coach here,
Yes.
and that's Chloe, his daughter,
Yeah.
and Bronx, her dog.
Or Bronx.
Or Bronx, that's right. Caden Drew now on to pitch as Kyle Branchton's one into right center field, caught out there by Seals for the first out of the bottom of the fifth inning. An 11-hit game and counting for the Sooners. They had 11 knocks here in game one, 9 last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. So 31 hits in the series so far. Deshaun Harris has 5 of those, 2 today. He's 5 for 7 in the series with 2 triples, a homer, and today 2 singles. You have a dog?
I do. Joseph Blue Pulowski.
What a name.
Yeah, it's from the old man from Old School, the
Yeah?
movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does he go by Blue?
Yes,
Okay.
goes by Blue. He was originally my dog, but now my wife's taken complete control
okay.
of the situation.
You lost it.
Yeah. Nah, he's one of the best dogs I've ever had. He listens well. He's got a mean bark, though. The Amazon guys don't really like him. He'll bark at him, but his tail's going 90-0.
He doesn't mean anything.
No.
by it. Well, I'm a fan of Bark the Park. I would make
Yeah.
it every day if it was up to me. Impossible not to have a smile on your face
Right.
with the pups around. I got 3 at the house right now,
Oh, wow.
and none of them are mine.
Well,
Rounded to the right side, ranging is Ward. And the
Oh.
throw is wide.
Oh.
Look at Deshaun Harris elevate to avoid the collision at first with Tyler Macon. How's that for some athleticism?
right?
Played Frogger.
Yeah.
Now batting for the Sooners, center fielder number 1, Chase
Stevens advances, and
Yeah, he's like, oh, no. And Macon gave him a little handshake on the way back. Thank you
thank you for
for
not
not stepping on me. Yeah.
kneeing me in the back of the head. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Jason Walk. Walk has singled, a bunt single, and a walk today. It's also popped out. 8-0 Sooners here in the bottom of the 5th. Way outside. Caden Drew, by the way, the lefty now on. Grad student from Scottsdale, Arizona. Paradise Valley Community College product. 4th pitcher of the day for Missouri.
Columbia and Scottsdale, 2 totally different worlds.
That's right. You spent some spring training time?
Yeah, I
out
love
there?
Scottsdale's awesome. I was in Peoria for both stints because played with the Padres and the Mariners, and they shared the same complex. So all I did was go to the other side of the fence.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Convenient for you.
Yeah.
3-1 to Walk.
That's back when the Mariners, they were loaded.
Yeah.
A-Rod, Buhner, Griffey, Edgar Martinez.
Strike 2 called.
There wasn't a whole lot of movement with that lineup.
Nope.
Brett Boone.
good luck playing your way into that team.
Yeah, and Lou Piniella is the manager. You know,
Uh-huh.
oh, he loved veteran guys, so he would trade for guys more than he would bring up young guys.
Battles back to strikeout Jason Walken in the bottom of the 5th. On to the 6th we go. In the series finale, it's 8-0 OU in front.
You know, with ended up with 5 innings and 8 strikeouts. I mean, like you were talking about earlier with Cam, when they can get all 3 of those guys throwing well at the same time, they're going to be hard to beat.
That's what happened on the opening weekend of the season when they went down and swept through Arlington, TCU, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State and turned so many heads. And they did it again this weekend. There's the new Sooner on the mound. Trent Collier out of the bullpen. Oklahoma stacking lefties here. Collier, the sophomore from Prosper, Texas. Weatherford Junior College. Another guy that has worked his way into a high leverage role for this team with his good performances this year. 12th outing. And there's Cord Rager. Been waiting around for 3 weeks to get another opportunity, and he went out and took advantage of it today.
Sure did.
5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 8 strikeouts, no walks. He threw 65 pitches, 45 strikes. And there's the first pitch for Trent Collier. Strike called to Cameron Benson. Benson 0 for 1. He struck out looking back in the 3rd. And he lines one to right at Nolan Stevens. Hard hit ball.
That's tough luck right there. Look at him. He's like, I can't do any better than that. I'd be frustrated with that one, too. You hit one on the screws to the outfield, and there's only 3 guys out there, and it's right at one of them.
Keegan Knutson. There's a strike. Collier, last time out, a very valuable appearance in Nashville. He pitched in Game 2 against Vanderbilt when Oklahoma couldn't throw a strike. Cam Johnson, then Xander Mercurius were both very wild. Sooners fell behind 9-5 in the 2nd inning. Needed somebody desperately to come out of the bullpen and settle things down. And Collier did. Gave him about 5 solid innings, allowed the offense to get him back in the game and eventually win it. And after the game, with all the talk about Camden Johnson's 7 RBI game, a Dayton LaChance's game-winning grand slam, Skip Johnson said, let's not forget about Trent Collier. He was an unsung hero in that big comeback victory. A little bit low with that one. 2-2 to Knutson. Downstairs again. Out of play. Right on top of the dugout, and the chase is on. Souvenirs aplenty. Full count. Collier to Knutson. And we'll do it again. Vanderbilt has defeated Kentucky today 13-6. Commodores take 2 of 3 in that series. Got him. Looking.
Frozen. Just fastball in, frozen.
First strikeout for Collier.
You see it right here. I mean, just right on the inside corner.
First base number 6, Taylor Baker.
It's always interesting how a college baseball season unfolds. It happens so fast compared to a major league season.
Yes.
It's 1/3 as long. So
Yeah.
every game seems like the importance multiplies. But when the year starts, you got a bunch of pitchers and a bunch of hitters.
Yeah.
And you think you might know where everybody fits, but you're not sure. And then by the time you get to the final month of the season, which is where we're quickly approaching here, it's fascinating how it all unfolds. Who do you think going into the year is going to be a big impact guy for you that isn't? Who does nobody talk about in the preseason that ends up being one of your biggest players?
Right.
This guy, Trent Collier, would fall into that category right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Not many people talking about him going into the year. He's become a vital piece for Skip Johnson. And he strikes out Tyler Macon to end the inning. 6 innings for the Tigers. They've gone 1, 2, 3 in all 6. 8-0 OU. For Missouri, 5th of the day, Juan Villarreal. Big lefty, 6'6", 220 out of Panama City. Transferred from Florida International. On the season, 13th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 2.93. And Juan Villarreal looks more like the SEC relievers we were talking about last inning. 6'6", 220, big boy.
Yeah.
8-0 Oklahoma in front. Sooners would love a couple of runs here. Put themselves in run rule range. And then try to end it in the top of the 7th. But that's easier said than done. Willits, Gamble, and Brock do up. Jackson 0 for 3 today. 3 for 11 in the series. And a strike. High fly ball, left center field. Isaiah Frost is there, just shy of the warning track for out number 1. Pitch hitter now for Oklahoma. Batting for Trey Gamble. This is Miles Davis. First time we've seen Miles in a while. His numbers on the season are outstanding. 3 for 5 with a double and a home run, and the home run was a grand slam. Takes a strike on the outside corner. State College of Florida transfer out of Marion, Iowa, Miles Davis. Oh, 0-2. The shortstop, Dernan. 2 outs. How about these numbers, Rich? The Sooner starters this weekend: L.J. Mercurius, Cam Johnson, Cord Rager. A combined 16 1/3 innings. They allowed 3 runs, 22 strikeouts, and 1 walk.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
And the 3 runs were all allowed by LJ
right
back on Friday. Cam Johnson did not allow 1. Cord Rager did not allow 1. But a combined 22 strikeouts and 1 walk.
Wow. Yeah, that'll get it done. Especially when your offense is putting up some runs.
Brendan Brock's 2 for 3. Home run and a single. He has scored a couple of runs today. Three and 0. In 11 innings, Mississippi State has defeated South Carolina today 4-3. That's a sweep for the Bulldogs on the road. They're one of those teams that's hard to figure out. There's a few of those in the SEC. They've lost 6 straight home games, Mississippi State, in maybe the best home ballpark in America.
Great atmosphere.
Go on the road to take 3 from the Gamecocks this weekend. That's a walk. 2-out base runner. 4th walk issued by Tiger pitching today. Camden Johnson.
Third baseman number 9, Camden Johnson.
In the series, Camden a double, a triple, and 2 home runs. 5 runs batted in. He had a 3-run shot here in the 4th inning today. He's also tripled today. He's got everything for the series cycle except for a single.
Singles are overrated. Just keep hitting it in the gap. 'Cause he's fun to watch run when he hits it in the gap.
Leaves the breaking ball upstairs. This was in the 4th. Got a curveball.
Got a curveball and leaned on it.
7th home run of the year for Camden Johnson. Fouls that out of play. If I was Patrick Dunn, the Sooners media relations director for baseball, you have to submit your entry for player of the week in the SEC. I would just put Cam Johnson.
Right.
And then send
leave
all
it
the
open.
stats for
leave it open.
both Cam
for
Johnsons.
both of them.
Yeah. Cameron and Camden have both had very good weekends. Camden did not get to play in Bedlam on Tuesday night up in Tulsa. He was sick. A stomach bug went through the team. There were 4 of them that did not make the trip up there, including Drew Dickerson. Dickerson. One ball and 2 strikes. Five of Camden's 7 home runs on the year have been hit in league play. Just nubs that one foul. Texas A&M has swept LSU in Baton Rouge. And the panic button is looking for another panic button to push down on the bayou
right.
for the defending national champs. It is going south in a hurry. Struck him out, and that ends the inning. Sooners strand a man. On to the 7th we go here in the finale. 8-0 OU.
No hits, no errors, and 1 run allowed.
So how long have you been a season ticket holder for?
What about right at 20? Right at 20. Huh? 18 to 20, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And how long have you been putting K's on the net?
We've been putting K's out for 10 or 12 years, 10 or 12.
What made you guys start doing that?
I don't know. They were passing these out, and we started collecting them, and I thought, I'm going to get clips. I'm gonna put K's up because you see it at other games and stuff. So that's why I do it, just to be here.
How much does this program mean to you in the years that you've been a fan?
Oh, I love baseball. Baseball is probably my number one sport. And I love getting to know the parents and the kids. It's great. Richard's been with us. You know, we've been season ticket here holders for a while.
So, Richard, did you and David get your season tickets at the same time?
No, I had mine first. I was sitting about 2 seats behind, and these seats, long-time season ticket holder, finally gave them up. And between Dave and I, and one other, we snatched them up. I mean, just in a heartbeat. And we've been sitting down here now 16 years, and I think it's 16 in these seats right here.
So, did you guys meet through OU baseball, or did you guys previously know each other?
Pretty much baseball.
Without a doubt, baseball. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been great. We've met great friendship. We made a lot of friends out here in the 17, 18 years we've been here. Love it. Love it.
So, what's your favorite memory in this ballpark?
Well, okay. We were sitting out here on a Sunday, and it was about 30 degrees, and we were. Way to go, jaywalk. No, he didn't make it. Okay. Anyway, it was snowing, and Coach said, "You guys are crazy sitting out here." It was cold, wind blowing, and I said, "Well, you're playing baseball, so this is where we got to be." And he just looked at us like, "Oh, okay." But I never forget that one. But there's been a lot of memories, but I'll never forget that one. That day, it's just been a lot of fun out here.
Well, thank you guys so much for always coming out to games, being loyal supporters.
Hey, Carly.
Yes, sir.
What's the most strikeouts they've ever hung on the net there?
That's
in
a
game?
great question, Toby. What's the most strikeouts you guys have hung up here?
I don't remember the year, but it was a kid named Levi threw 17 strikeouts that game.
Levi Prater.
Levi Prater.
Levi Prater. Couldn't think of his last name, from down around Ada area. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
His right hand was injured in a lawnmower accident, so he wore a glove on a right hand and he caught with it, but his right hand was injured. It didn't affect his pitching. Boy could pitch.
He was great. Thank you, Carly.
Thanks, guys.
Great job that day.
He was.
It was we've got a picture of us with him and his parents behind the 17 strikeouts. It was an awesome game.
Well, that's incredible. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, David. Toby.
Thank you. 17. Levi Prater.
Yeah.
Great pitcher.
Yes.
A bulldog on the mound. And I remember well that 17 strikeout. Dad had forgotten about it till they just reminded us. Cam Durnan, the solo home run for Missouri, has them on the board. Jason Walk made a good effort after it in center field, but couldn't get there. And the quest for back-to-back shutouts is gone. Isaiah Frost. He's 0 for 1. He came in to play or to bat in Jace Woita's spot in the 4th inning. We have not received word on why, and certainly hoping nothing is wrong with Woita. That's the 4th home run of the series for the Tigers. The first 3 obviously all here in game 1. One ball and 2 strikes to Frost. Tigers back home against SIU Edwardsville on Tuesday night in non-conference action. And then they will host their border rivals, the Arkansas Razorbacks, next weekend in Columbia. Sooners with a couple of arms warming in the pen. Gavin Jones and Caden Leon. Tigers with activity as well. Eighth pitch of this at-bat coming. Another 1-2. Isaiah Frost, good at bat. He's going to see double-digit pitches.
Who was it last night? Was it
Cerna.
Cerna off Cam Johnson? I mean, he had 5 or 6 foul balls also.
Ended up with a base hit.
Yeah.
Full count. Perfect day.
Yeah, amazing weather.
Here's the payoff to Frost. And he wins the battle just like Cerna.
Yeah.
After a lengthy at-bat, Frost laces a single to left. Back-to-back hits for the Tigers.
Now batting for the Tigers, the catcher number 8, Mateo Cerna.
Good piece of hitting.
Yeah,
here.
for sure. Like you said, after double-digit pitches, he wins it, just lines it out to left field.
Speaking of Cerna, he'll be the batter, but he'll face a different pitcher. Skip Johnson headed to the mound, and he's going to make a change. We'll step aside. Sooners go into the bullpen, up 8-1. Out of the pen. Junior from White Oak, Texas, McLennan Junior College product. See his numbers there, 15 strikeouts, 10 walks on the year. Versatile guy here the last couple of years for OU. They've used him occasionally in starting roles, long relief as well. And with an 8-1 lead, he'll make an appearance here on Sunday in the series. Tigers have scored. Cam Durnan homered here in the 7th. After a lengthy Isaiah Frost at bat and base hit, Oklahoma goes to the bullpen, and he'll face catcher Mateo Cerna, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Tigers trying to scratch together a rally in the late innings. Here we go. Jones versus Cerna. 1 on, 1 out. And he fouls the first pitch back. Wind lightly blowing out to left today. It's been the calmest of the 3 days of this series. Pretty volatile winds here blowing out on a stormy Friday night. Blowing in yesterday significantly. Nobody's losing a hat today. Strike called, 0-2. A day here in the state of Oklahoma of remembrance. April 19th, 31 years ago today. The Murrah Building tragedy in downtown Oklahoma City that saw 168 people lose their lives. Both teams had a moment of silence before today's game. Grounded to third. Camden Johnson goes the short way. Throw to first. Double play the hard way.
Yeah.
The old double clutch double play. 5-4-3. And the inning is over. Time to stretch in Norman on a Sunday afternoon. 8-1 home team. Let's look at some Saturday headlines from the SEC. We told you about this earlier. Georgia scores 26 runs, pounds 9 home runs in a 12-run win over Arkansas. Auburn, a 5-run ninth to get a win yesterday. Got another one, and that was the finale to take the series from Florida. Texas, 19 strikeouts over Bama yesterday in the win. Alabama comes back today and beats Texas 2-1 to prevent a sweep in that series. Here, Oklahoma looking to get the brooms out. They won 9-6 in game 1 Friday, 4-0 in game 2 yesterday, and leading 8-1 today. And they'll face another Tiger reliever now. Sam Rozand, freshman, 6'2", 230 from Washington, D.C. Sixth pitcher used today by Carrick Jackson and Drew Dickinson. We'll start by facing Dayton LaChance, and the first pitch is outside. There's a good look at Rozand. 14th appearance, 1-3 with a 4.94. Good strikeout to walk ratio. 24 strikeouts, only 7 walks. Got one at the knees there, 1-1. One hit today for LaChance, 4 in the series. Homered here yesterday. On his birthday.
Yeah.
21st birthday yesterday. Wonder what the gift was that the teammates had for him after the game.
What LJ was talking about.
Seems like a close team.
Yeah, for sure. They seem to get along. Everybody's on the same page.
Right center field. Caden Peer back to the track. Leaps.
Oh.
What a play.
Nice.
Caden Peer up against the center field wall, brings it back in.
That was a great play.
Timed it perfectly.
Yeah, usually a lot of times guys will jump too late or too early. Knows where he's at. I mean, that ball might have got out.
I think it's off the top of the wall or maybe just over. I think he took a home run away.
I think you're right.
Look at, got a rip in his pants.
Yeah.
Taking a home run back. Great play by Caden Peer in center field. Nolan Stevens has been on all 3 times today. Hit by a pitch and scored in the second. Walked in the third. Singled in the 5th. After going the first almost 2/3 of the season without a home run, I think Dayton LaChance has found the home run stroke. 3 home runs in the last 6 games, and he almost got another one there. Two and one. Just outside. Strike called. Skip Johnson's team, 33 wins in the regular season last year. If they could finish this one off today, that would be 27 already. Fouled back. That would be 6 off last year's pace with still 4 weekends and a couple of midweek games to go, so 14 games to play. That team was a 2 seed in Chapel Hill last year. They won 14 conference games. Sooners went 14-16 a year ago. Their first year in the SEC as Stevens goes down swinging. First strikeout for Roseanne.
Now batting for the Sooners, second baseman number 6.
Looks like a changeup down. Chased it.
Win today would make OU 10-8, so they'd be 4 wins off or away from their win total last year in the league, with still 12 conference games to play. If you're an OU fan and you're thinking about what do they got to do to get in, what do they got to do to host, it's an inexact science, but RPI right now at 16. Might bump up a notch with a win today, maybe not, but they'll right in there. I would say 13, 14 conference wins. You feel good about being in the dance. Maybe 13. Ground ball, diving stop, Knutson. And a 2-hopper to first. And Missouri flashing the leather here in the bottom of the 7th. A couple of great defensive plays by Caden Peer in center and Keegan Knutson at third. We head to the 8th, 8-1 Oklahoma. Toby Rowland, Rich Hill's back with you. One of us was a national champion shortstop for the Oklahoma Sooners. I'll let you decide which that was. As we go to the 8th. So Gavin Jones on the bump. Caden Peer, the batter. Had the defensive play of the game in the bottom of the 7th. Bringing what looked like would have been a home run back from Dayton LaChance over the center field wall. Woo. 95 at the eyes, 2-0. By the way, Oklahoma turned the double play to end the top of the 7th inning. That's 19 of them now in conference play. Arkansas has the second most with 15. Pierce got a base hit to left. His second hit today. Third in the series. Leadoff man aboard for the Tigers.
Now batting for the Tigers, right fielder number 5, Pierre Seals.
Talking about postseason before Oklahoma, before that inning ended. A win today, if they could push this one across the finish line, it's still work to do, would put them at 10-8 in the conference. 13 wins, you probably feel pretty good. 14 for sure about being in the field of 64. 12 games remaining, by the way, in conference play. If they could get 16, 17, that means they would have won a couple of more series probably down the stretch here. I think that they would definitely be in the hunt to host. Oh, 2. And that's attainable, especially if they pitch it like they have this weekend. Outside. And the midweek games will matter too. They've got Oral Roberts and Texas Tech still to come in the midweek. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Gavin Jones is first. That's 11 of them today for OU.
Now batting for the Tigers, designated hitter number 1, Cameron Benson.
Yeah, just a fastball away. Pierre doesn't look like he's seen the ball very good today either.
Seals 0 for 12 with 7 Ks in the series. He can't wait to get out of Norman. Here's Cameron Benson. First pitch swinging, popped into shallow left. Harris digging. 2 outs. Keegan Knutson now. There's Nana and Papa. I don't know what Nana's doing. She's at everything. If you're a Sooner fan, she's at everything. On the front row of everything. Oh, you Nana. Pinch hitter here for Knutson. Eric Maisonette. Late swing and a foul evens the count at 1-1. 183 average on the year for Maisonette. One and two. Missouri's got to figure some things out with the offense before they face the Razorbacks next week. They scored only 5 runs in that South Carolina series last weekend. They have managed 7 here in Norman. There's a base hit. Maisonette into left. Pierre's going to go to third, and they're on the corners with 2 outs. 2 on, 2 away for Tyler Macon.
For the Tigers, first baseman number 6, Taylor Macon.
Macon 0 for 2. First pitch swinging. Foul territory, right side, out of play. A little bit high, 96 on that Gavin Jones fastball. Pulled the string on that one. Upstairs. First and third, 2 outs. Macon trying to tighten this game up a bit. Full count. Top of the order, Blaze Ward on deck. Another lefty warming in the Sooner pen, Nate Smithberg. Here's the payoff. And he fouls it off himself. There's 54 behind the pole out there. Drop down lefty. If this inning extends, you might see him against Blaze Ward, a left-handed hitter in the on-deck circle. Those guys begging for a foul ball. And he walked him. And the bases are loaded. First walk of the day issued by the Sooners. Dayton LaChance and Brendan Brock out to talk to Gavin Jones. 2 singles and a walk have loaded it here with 2 outs. No movement from Skip Johnson in the dugout as of yet. It appears they're going to let Jones go after Ward, who's 0 for 3 today.
Now batting for the Tigers, second baseman number 19, Blaze.
Well, he can make things interesting.
Yeah.
Ward homered here in game 1. It's 2 for 11 on the weekend. Base hit left field. That'll score 2. Pierre is home. Here comes Maisonette, and it's 8-3. 2-run single for Blaze Ward.
Yeah, runner moving, just got a fastball. He just left it middle. Just past the outreach of Willits.
And that'll be it for Gavin Jones. Skip Johnson out of the dugout to the bullpen. Tigers trying to rally here in the late innings. And they have forced a Sooner pitching change in the 8th. We'll take a break. Caden Leon on when we come back.
Yeah.
Scored 2 in the 8th after got the home run in the 7th. It's now 8-3. And Rich, runners on the corners with 2 outs for Cam Durnan. And he has the home run today for the Tigers. Mizzou trying to make him squirm a bit here in the finale. Once down 8-0. Durnan takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. This was in the 7th. Durnan got into one.
Yeah.
Fourth home run of the year for him. Inside, 1-1 the count. Make it at third, Ward at first. Just off the outside corner with the bender, 2-1. Right side open. LaChance, the first baseman, holding on Ward. Branch, the second baseman, shading up the middle. And the foul ball evens up the count. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Leon. Down the right field line, into the corner, chasing Stevens. He can't make the play. It's a foul ball. He got there.
Yeah, he was there.
That wall was approaching, but he had room. Just outside. Leon wanted it. And the count is full to Durnan. Isaiah Frost would be next. Blaze Ward will be on the move here at first base, so LaChance will move behind him. Here's the payoff. And he walked him, and the bases are loaded again. Second walk in the inning.
Now batting for the Tigers, left fielder number 14, Isaiah Frost.
Skip Johnson's day has gone from comfortable to irritating right about now.
Yeah.
Isaiah Frost, the 8th batter of the 8th inning. Takes a strike. Oh, 2. Pierce singled, Seal struck out, Benson flied out. But then Maisonette, a 2-out single, making a walk. Blaze Ward, a 2-run base hit. Dernan walked. 4 straight have reached. Bases loaded for Frost, who chops one to the right side. Leon will take it himself, and that'll end the inning. Tigers get 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th, now 8-3 Oklahoma. Highlights to mix into that montage in the future as the Sooners and 15 other teams head to Hoover at the end of the regular season. Here's what Oklahoma has left. Midweek ORU, then at Auburn. Midweek Texas Tech down in Frisco. And then they will begin a 3-game home series against the Florida Gators. Straight ahead for the Tigers, SIU Edwardsville Tuesday, hosting Arkansas, then at Southeast Missouri State, and then they got to go face first place Georgia on the road. New pitcher on for the Tigers. 7th of the day, Isaiah Salas. Lefty, 5'11" freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. There you see his numbers on the year. 12th appearance, 3.48 ERA. Pimentel, Gonzalez, Losi, Drew, Villarreal, Rosand, and Salas today for Carrick Jackson's team. Desan Harris, the leadoff man, takes a ball. 2 for 3 today, 5 for 8 in the series. 8-3 Sooners, last opportunity for insurance before the 9th. And he's at it again. Another hit for Desan Harris, his 3rd of the day.
Wow.
Talk about seeing the ball well.
All opposite field shots, too. Jason walked 1 for 3. Also has a walk. Takes a breaking ball high. Sooners have done all their scoring in 2 4-run chunks today. 4 in the 2nd, 4 in the 4th. Went around. Only 1 Sunday loss all year for Oklahoma, trying to keep it that way. They are 4-1 on Sundays. Foul right over by those faces you were just looking at. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We met Jaywalk Jr. earlier in the game. Chloe's dog, Bronx. As Salah steps off.
Pitch com issue.
Readjusting the hat. He's ready now. Two balls, two strikes to walk. Harris, the runner at first. And the throw goes that way. Good play by Tyler Macon. Harris does have a stolen base today. 7 for 8 in the series. On the season for Harris. A little low. Sooners are 5 for 6 in the series in stolen base attempts. The only time they've been caught is back in the first inning today when Trey Gamble overslid the second base bag. This could be 2.
You're gonna have to be
Durnan
quick.
to Ward. And in time. Yeah, that's a tough duo to double up, but they did it. 6-4-3.
Yeah, good exchanges on the feed. Quick exchange on the feed from the shortstop and a redirect feed back to first base to get 2 speedsters.
Second double play turned today by the Tigers. Jackson Willits now 0 for 4. Due up for Missouri in the 9th. It'll be Cerna, Peer, and Seals. And they're going to need at least 5. Two and 0. We were bragging about Drew Dickinson and the Missouri pitching. They had 35 strikeouts in that series last weekend against South Carolina on the mound.
Yeah.
30 so far this weekend on the mound. It is a drastically improved pitching situation in
I think
Columbia.
Overall, just the way they carry themselves compared to last year.
Yeah. And they were very hurt last year,
yes.
to be fair.
Yeah.
3-1 to Willits. And he draws a 2-out walk. "25th time this year Willits has walked. Second on the team to Gamble. Miles Davis will get another AB. Davis came into the DH spot for Trey Gamble back in the 6th inning. 0 for 1. Takes a breaking ball inside. Now this is it in the SEC. Everything done except for the game in Norman. Week 6 of 10 in the league. The Vols, the Commodores, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, the Aggies, and the Crimson Tide, all winners so far today. And the Sooners trying to join that list. Two and 0 to Davis. Mentioned the numbers of Miles Davis. when he came up the first time. 3 for 6 on the year with a grand slam and 6 runs batted in. He's a backup left side of the infielder, though. And with Willits and Camden Johnson over there, playing time is hard to find.
Yes.
You were talking about cracking into the Mariners lineup earlier.
Yeah, that's the main. Obviously, Willits really good with the glove. Johnson's good with the glove, and they both swing it.
Two and two. Willits at first after a walk with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Miles Davis. And he strikes him out swinging to end the inning. Sooners strand a man. And we go to the 9th. Oklahoma seeks a sweep. They're up 8-3 on Sunday. Oklahoma trying to close it out, and they go to their closer, Jackson Cleveland, here now deep into a Sunday afternoon. Second straight appearance in as many days for Cleveland. He came in to get the 9th yesterday through just 10 pitches. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball out. Number 2 in the SEC in saves, Cleveland. 6 of them on the year, 3.18 ERA. Rich, what does this guy do so well?
He commands his breaking ball really well, and it's nasty. I mean, he locates a fastball, but when you can throw, 2 pitches consistently for strikes and locate really good location on your fastball, not leaving middle and working both sides of the plate, it makes it tough.
Right on cue. Miami transfer, Jackson Cleveland. Mateo Cerna, the first hitter he'll face. 0 for 3 today, 3 ground ball outs. And there are guys on this team who throw harder than Cleveland, but he's been given the closer responsibilities and good at it. Been excellent this year, 0-2. Kind of got that bulldog mentality you like, too.
It takes a little bit different mindset to come in and close games. Especially, like you said, you have to have a little bit of bulldog in you, because a lot of times when it's a save situation, you're coming in a tight spot a lot of times.
This is low with the breaking ball. Cerna 2 for 9 in the series. Two balls and 2 strikes. All 3. Cord Rager back today for OU. 5 innings of 1-hit baseball. Struck out 8. No walks. Bullpen trying to finish it for him, but there's a leadoff walk in the 9th to Cerna. It's the 3rd walk in the last 2 innings issued by OU pitching.
Now batting for the Tigers, center fielder number 7, Caden Peer.
Caden Peer 2 for 3. And a tremendous defensive play for Peer in center field. Ball 1. Base hit into right. Mateo Cerna skips over the top of it, and the Tigers have their first 2 aboard.
Now batting for the Tigers, right fielder number 5, Near Seals.
Pierre Seals. Tigers trailed this game 8-0. They scored 1 in the 7th on the Dernan homer, 2 in the 8th. And the first 2 have reached in the 9th. Cleveland bounces that one. Seals 0 for 12 on the weekend. Pickoff attempted second. Two on, nobody out. There's a strike on the outside corner. Cameron Benson, the DH, in the on-deck circle. Oklahoma would love to roll up a 20th double play in SEC play right here. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Cleveland a glance at second. Now the pitch. Little low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He has already thrown more pitches than he did in the 9th yesterday. And yet to record an out. Full count. That's hit hard to left. Dasan Harris is there, though. Reaches to make the catch. Runners will stay, and there's one away. Seals hit that square.
Yeah, he put a charge into that one.
And now the double play would end it. Cameron Benson, the hitter. 0 for 3. A strikeout, a line out, and a fly out today for Benson. A transfer from Memphis. And he chops the first one foul. Oklahoma 8 runs on 12 hits, no errors. The Sooners have homered twice today, Brock and Johnson. Missouri 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Cam Dernan has homered for the Tigers today. 6 of their 7 hits coming from the 7th inning on. Inside. Sooner pitching, Cord Rager and Trent Collier put the Tigers down in order in the first 6 innings of this game. There was a base hit in there, but a double play on a hitter's interference wiped that off. It was 18 up, 18 down. Popped up. Cleveland doesn't see it. Camden Johnson calls him off. He's got it, and there's 2 outs. Jackson Cleveland was begging somebody to come get the baseball.
Yeah. Pitchers don't take fly balls very often.
And the last chance for the Tigers now. Eric Maisonette. Singleton scored first time up, which was the last inning, the 8th. Oklahoma 1 out away from a series sweep. Strike called. Maisonet trying to pass the baton. Tyler Macon in the on-deck circle. 0-2. Sooner fans now sensing the finish line. Walked Cerna. Pierce singled. But then Seals flied out. Benson popped out. Here's the 0-2 to Maisonet. And that's a base hit into center field. Cerna will score, and it's 8-4. And on to third goes Caden Pierre. Down to their last strike, Eric Maisonet delivers an RBI.
And just a breaking ball hanging up letter high. That's the pitch you want to hit for on an off-speed pitch. Above the belt.
Tyler Macon, and now the tying run moves into the on-deck circle. Blaze Ward, if Macon can reach. Macon 0 for 2 with a walk today. Strike on the outside corner with that slider. Runners on the corners. And again, Oklahoma 1 strike away. And again, the Sooner fans will stand in anticipation. They won here 9-6 on Friday, 4-0 on Saturday. Here's the 0-2 on Sunday. Jackson Cleveland versus Tyler Macon. The pitch. Just missed. Got him. Swing it. And that'll do it. Oklahoma gets out the brooms. It's a 3-game SEC sweep. Final score on Sunday, Sooners 8, Tigers 4. And for the second straight year, Oklahoma sweeps Mizzou. We'll be back to wrap it up here in Norman right after this.